Hi there guys. So in this video we're going to be looking at the topic calculus, and specifically in this chapter finding the derivative from first principles. So the derivative is basically just the gradient of a function, and this is what we're going to be determining for this function here. So given fx is equal to 3x cubed minus 2, we have to find the derivative for this function. Okay, so looking at this original formula of the derivative of fx, we have the limit as h approaches 0, where fx plus h minus fx divided by h will give us the derivative of the function. So we already know what fx is. That is this part that's given to us. But we don't know what the fx plus h is. So I always advise my students to first work out this part that you don't yet know what that is. Okay, so f of x plus h will be, if I substitute x with the x plus h. Okay, so this is the function, but I'm just going to multiply it out to get it in its most simplified form. So we'll square the x plus h, which will give us x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Okay, we still have the negative 2. And then we are simply going to multiply the 3 inside. That gives us 3x squared plus 2 gets multiplied by 3 as well. So 6xh plus 3h squared. And the negative 2 still chilling out there. Okay, so now we're going to substitute this into our derivative formula. Okay, so let me first rewrite this limit as h approach 0. Right, so I'm going to substitute this fx plus h with this piece over here, and then I'm going to substitute the fx with that piece over there. Okay, so we'll start with this part. Right, so we have 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus 2 minus, now I write this part, 3x squared minus 2. Almost ran out of space. Okay, so what happens now is this 3x squared cancels with the negative 3x squared inside this bracket. When we multiply the negative inside, that 3 becomes negative, so it cancels with this one. And this negative 2 inside the bracket will then become a positive 2, and that positive 2 will cancel out with this negative 2. And I want you to always pay attention to this. The original function, 3x squared plus 2, will always cancel with part of this fx plus h function. And what you notice is you are just left with the terms that all have an h. So basically, here we are left with limit as h approaches 0 for x plus, xh, 6xh, pardon me, plus 3h squared divided by h. Okay, so now we are going to take out h as a common factor on the numerator. Okay, so once we do that, we have 6x plus 3h divided by h. What happens now is the h's on the, this h cancel with that h, and you are left with 6x plus 3h. Okay, so now we can actually, substitute h with 0. And once we do that, we don't have to keep writing this anymore because h has reached 0. And then this is just 0, so your answer is 6x. And that's the derivative from first principles. So a couple of key steps. First, write out the equation for fx plus h. Okay, you do that by simply substituting the x with x plus h. And then once you have that, you minus these two functions, so take this one and minus it from that one. all the terms will cancel out except for the terms that has an h. So in this case, the negative 2 cancel out with a positive 2, the negative 3 squared cancel out with a positive 3 squared, and we were left with these two terms. And once we factorized our h out, we canceled the h's as well, and then we substituted h with 0. And once we do that, we don't write limit anymore because h has reached 0, and therefore this over here is our final answer.